Welcome to our channel. Today we bring you the list of top 5 richest states in the USA. The wealthiest states by income aren't just on the West Coast and in New England as you might assume. Census income data on the median household income from 2017 shows a variety of areas where there's wealth to be had. The top 5 states include 2 Midwestern locales, Illinois and Minnesota. However, the top earning area isn't technically a state at all. It is Washington, D.C. The median household income for the U.S. as a whole is $61,372, putting all of the places on this list above the national average. In terms of poverty rate, though, states tend to be a little bit more sporadic. Before you continue, please click on the subscribe button below and press the bell icon for regular updates. Number 5 is Rhode Island. This small New England state offers high incomes and mild summers too. Median annual income, $66,390, poverty rate 11.8%. Rhode Island is a state in the New England region of the United States. It is the smallest U.S. state by area and the 7th least populous, but it is also the 2nd most densely populated. The state takes its name from Rhode Island. However, most of the state is located on the mainland. The state has land borders with Connecticut to the west, Massachusetts to the north and east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the south via Rhode Island Sound and Block Island Sound. It also shares a small maritime border with New York. Providence is the state capital and the most populous city in Rhode Island. On May 4, 1776, the colony of Rhode Island and Providence Plantations was the first of the 13 colonies to renounce its allegiance to the British Crown, and it was the 4th state to ratify the Articles of Confederation, doing so on February 9, 1778. The state boycotted the 1787 convention, which drew up the United States Constitution and initially refused to ratify it. It was the last of the original 13 states to do so on May 29, 1790. Rhode Island's official nickname is the Ocean State, a reference to the large bays and inlets that amount to about 14% of its total area. Number 4 is Illinois. Illinois might have Chicago to thank for high incomes, but Chicagoans put up with a lot of snow each year in exchange. Median annual income, $64,609, poverty rate 11.3%. Illinois is a state in the Midwestern and Great Lakes region of the United States. It has the 5th largest gross domestic product, GDP, the 6th largest population, and the 25th largest land area of all of the U.S. states. Illinois has been noted as a microcosm of the entire United States. With Chicago and northeastern Illinois small industrial cities and immense agricultural productivity in the north and center of the state, and natural resources such as coal, timber, and petroleum in the south, Illinois has a diverse economic base and is a major transportation hub. The Port of Chicago connects the state to international ports via 2 main routes, from the Great Lakes via the St. Lawrence Seaway to the Atlantic Ocean, and from the Great Lakes to the Mississippi River via the Illinois River through the Illinois Waterway. The Mississippi River, the Ohio River, and the Wabash River form parts of the boundaries of Illinois. For decades, Chicago's O'Hare International Airport has been ranked as one of the world's busiest airports. Illinois has long had a reputation as a bellwether both in social and cultural terms and, through the 1980s, in politics. The capital of Illinois is Springfield, which is located in the central part of the state. Although today Illinois' largest population center is in its northeast, the state's European population grew first in the west as the French settled lands near the Mississippi River when the region was known as Illinois Country and was part of New France. Today, Illinois honors Lincoln with its official state slogan, Land of Lincoln, which has been displayed on its license plates since 1954. Number 3 is California. This wealthy state is home to one of the cities with the highest incomes and highest costs of living in the country, San Francisco, where the average home price is $1.3 million. Median annual income, $64,610, poverty rate 11.3%. California is a state in the Pacific region of the United States of America. With 39.5 million residents across a total area of about 163,696 square miles, 423,970 kilometers squared, California is the most populous U.S. state and the third largest by area, and is also the world's 34th most populous subnational entity. California is also the most populated subnational entity in North America and has its state capital in Sacramento. The Greater Los Angeles area and the San Francisco Bay Area are the nation's second and fifth most populous urban regions, with 18.7 million and 9.7 million residents respectively. Los Angeles is California's most populous city and the country's second most populous after New York City. California also has the nation's most populous county, Los Angeles County, and its largest county by area, San Bernardino County. The city and county of San Francisco is both the county's second and most densely populated major city after New York City and the fifth most densely populated county, behind only 4 of the 5 New York City boroughs. Although California is well known for its warm Mediterranean climate and monsoon seasonal weather, the large size of the state results in climates that vary from moist temperate rainforests in the north to arid desert in the interior, as well as snowy alpine in the mountains. All these factors lead to an enormous demand for water. In total numbers, California is the largest consumer of water in North America. Over time, drought and wildfires have become more frequent, further straining California's water security. Number 2 is Oregon. Oregon offers a West Coast vibe with the city of Portland as a big draw. Median annual income is $64,610 and the poverty rate is 11.3%. Oregon is a state in the Pacific Northwest region of the West Coast of the United States. The Columbia River delineates much of Oregon's northern boundary with Washington, while the Snake River delineates much of its eastern boundary with Idaho. The 42-degree north parallel delineates the southern boundary with California and Nevada. Oregon has been home to many indigenous nations for thousands of years. The first European traders, explorers, and settlers began exploring what is now Oregon's Pacific coast in the early mid-1500s. As early as 1565, the Spanish began sending vessels northeast from the Philippines, riding the Kuroshio Current in a sweeping circular route across the northern part of the Pacific. In 1592, Juan de Fuca undertook detailed mapping and studies of ocean currents in the Pacific Northwest, including the Oregon coast as well as the strait now bearing his name. Spanish ships, 250 in as many years, would typically not land before reaching Cape Mendocino in California, but some landed or wrecked in what is now Oregon. Nehalem tales recount strangers and the discovery of items like chunks of beeswax and a lidded silver vase, likely connections to the 1707 wreck of the San Francisco Xavier. Because of its diverse landscapes and waterways, Oregon's economy is largely powered by various forms of agriculture, fishing, and hydroelectric power. Oregon is also the top timber producer of the contiguous United States, and the timber industry dominated the state's economy in the 20th century. Technology is another one of Oregon's major economic forces, beginning in the 1970s with the establishment of the Silicon Forest and the expansion of Tektronix and Intel. Number 1 is Utah. Utah not only offers several national parks and lots of nature activities, but it also offers high incomes. Median annual income, $71,319, poverty rate 8.8%. Utah is a state in the western United States. It is bordered by Colorado to the east, Wyoming to the northeast, Idaho to the north, Arizona to the south, and Nevada to the west. It also touches a corner of New Mexico in the southeast. Of the 50 U.S. states, Utah is the 13th largest by area, and with a population over 3 million, the 30th most populous and 11th least densely populated. Urban development is mostly concentrated in 2 areas: the Wasatch Front in the north-central part of the state, which is home to roughly 2/3 of the population, and Washington County in the south, with more than 170,000 residents. Most of the western half of Utah lies in the Great Basin. The territory of modern Utah has been inhabited by various indigenous groups for thousands of years, including the ancient Puebloans, the Navajo, and the Ute. The Spanish were the first Europeans to arrive in the mid-16th century, though the region's difficult geography and climate made it a peripheral part of New Spain and later Mexico. Even while it was part of Mexico, many of Utah's earliest settlers were American, particularly Mormons fleeing marginalization and persecution from the United States. Following the Mexican-American War, it became part of the Utah Territory, which included what is now Colorado and Nevada. Disputes between the dominant Mormon community and the federal government delayed Utah's admissions as a state. Only after the outlawing of polygamy was it admitted as the 46th in 1896. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you think we missed something from the list, comment down below.